चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासवी गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you everyone for joining. So I think we are supposed to have this session in Hindi. So I think last week we started this class, not class, this session, transcendental, memories of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj. So many devotees actually have requested me in the past also to recall some memories, to share some personal experience of mine with Guru Maharaj. Of course, last 2 months almost, at least after Guru Maharaj's departure, we are doing actually this only for the devotees around the world, but not in sequence. We are doing. So I thought that whatever I have on my diary, I can share with you all. Mainly some interactions with Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj's personal instructions and others. It's not basically written in a kind of, you can say, it's incoherent. It's not written in a format, but I'll just share some of this. First, so last week we basically discussed how the departure of our Guru Maharaj is transcendental, and it was by the will of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada he left. Actually I forgot to mention another reason was mainly we started this so that we can remain connected with all the initiated devotees, especially from Bhopal. But now many devotees, those are not initiated also, they join. It's okay. Anyone can hear about the glories of pure devotees. So yeah. So last week we are discussing about the transcendental departure of Guru Maharaj, and then we gave quite a few reasons that why Guru Maharaj's departure is transcendental. Because he kind of whole 1 month he made everyone from all over the world to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, extra prayers and extra offering for him, and he lived on the day of on a very auspicious day, the day of Sanatana Goswami's disappearance, first day of Chaturmasya and Guru Purnima day, and also we discussed from the viewpoint of many senior Vaishnavas who had glorified our Guru Maharaj, that it was his pre-planned. If you see his lectures prior to his departure or his offering letters earlier, and many other devotees could later indicate that it's actually his pre-planned, and actually it was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada's ultimate desire. So, but it's definitely is big shock for everyone, because I was talking to one devotee and he was telling, still although it's been more than 1 month Guru Maharaj departed, or at least his samadhi done, he says I can't believe that Guru Maharaj is not here. He's feeling like because of lockdown Guru Maharaj is not there, but anytime Guru Maharaj will call him and tell him to come to the airport to pick him up from the airport. He says, and I still can't believe it, because Guru Maharaj was never sick. He was quite strong. He was, healthy. so, yeah, so it's very difficult for us to forget him, and we should not forget also. That's why these type of sessions are important to remind ourselves to remember the glories of our spiritual master, especially those who are initiated. So that's why it's very important. And more we discuss the glories of the spiritual master, more we develop our attachment for him. And this is actually one limb of devotional service, to develop our attachment. Anurag. Narad Muni said that in his previous birth, when he was serving 4 Bhakti Vedantas who were like his guru, and he said, what was his primary qualification that he became Narad Muni in his next life? He said, because I was too much attached to the service to my gurus. So the first qualification Narad Muni is attachment. So attachment develops when you hear the glories of the spiritual master. And of course, we can't, with our limited knowledge, we can't understand the glories of great devotee like our Guru Maharaj. And as it is said in his scripture, that Vaishnavir Kriya Mudra Bhigyana Bhujai. Even the greatest scholar can't understand the action and activities of a pure devotee, what we speak about. But we should, whenever we get opportunity, we should try to glorify the pure devotees, our spiritual master, because that way we will purify ourselves. One Vaishnava poet, Devakinandan Das, he wrote the song Vrindavana Vasijatu Vaishnava. After glorifying all the Vaishnavas, after offering his respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnavas from different places, and after glorifying Vaishnavas in different ways, he finally said, Vandana Karite Mui Kata Shakti Dhari. So even after glorifying also, sometimes we feel ourselves so proud that I have glorified Vaishnavas. But still, he says, Tathapi Mukher Bhagya. He says, still I will glorify. Even I feel proud. Even the pride arises in my mind, after glorifying Vaishnava, still I will glorify. Because by glorifying Vaishnava, my consciousness, our consciousness will become purified. So, and especially, our Guru Maharaj, he is the epitome of so many wonderful qualities, unlimited qualities. So it's very difficult for us to glorify the unlimited qualities, but we can try to touch, a tinge of that quality. There is a beautiful verse in the beginning of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Vrindavan Das Thakur said, before glorifying Nityananda Prabhu, he said, Nityananda Mahima Gun Ananta Apar. The Nityananda Prabhu's glories are Ananta, unlimited, and Apar, endless. Tar ek kana sporshi, Shekripatahar. So I want to touch a fraction of his qualities out of unlimited and endless qualities, and that will also be possible by Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. So very beautifully he explained that if we want to glorify a Vaishnava, we need the mercy of that Vaishnava. So without the mercy of that Vaishnava, it's not possible to glorify him. So similarly, our Guru Maharaj also is ocean of unlimited qualities. And especially after his departure, now gradually we are realizing how great opportunity we actually missed. I mean, during his present, we didn't take his association so sincerely, but now we're understanding how precious that association was. and especially those who had personal connection with him. So it's kind of difficult for them. That it was so wonderful opportunities. Many a times you could have served him much better way. Like I feel now, sometimes when I am alone, it was a great opportunity. Because I was with Guru Maharaj for many years, at least 10 years closely, and but more closely, kind of you know I started to travel actually with Guru Maharaj from 2015. So then yeah, earlier actually I was basically is to sometime take care of occasionally Guru Maharaj's technical issues like laptop and internet related and sometime some other minor issues. So slowly relationship developed, and then in 2015 Guru Maharaj kind of appointed me his secretary, and sometime when I used to kind of accompany him in Ujjain temple while going here there but it was not so all the time basically. So I remember then I think it was 2015 year, and then I was coming. I mean, in the lift, Actually, before that, actually, before I think 1 year back or 2 years back. So Guru Maharaj, so I'm quite technical. I know that all this, solve all this problem and all these things, and especially because I also used to use a MacBook. So no one earlier in Ujjain they could solve the problem of Mac related problems, Apple computers, So then I got involved slowly. But then then Guru Maharaj thought, because two devotees from London, they are traveling with Guru Maharaj, and then one devotee from Ujjain, Angad, he is now in USA. He was also traveling with Guru Maharaj. So and then yeah, so then Guru Maharaj says, uh, I was thinking, Guru Maharaj says, do you want to become my secretary? That is long before, So that the Guru Maharaj says, okay. How is your English? Because then you have to take care of correspondence and everything. So then Guru Maharaj says, okay, write in a paper that was actually once in the evening he called me, night in his room. I think that was 2013 or something. Okay, write in a paper that what you did throughout the day in English. So I wrote, because that time English was not so good. I mean, a lot of grammatical mistakes, or there are still mistakes are there. So then I wrote in a paper that what I did, that day, that specific day, and I went, next day actually. And then Guru Maharaj pointed out this, so many mistakes are there, grammatical mistakes and some spelling mistakes are there, And then that time actually, one devotee, Mukunda Prabhu, he is still in Ujjain. He came, he is very, highly educated from Calcutta. He was taking care of, Swiss shop at that time in Ujjain. So, so Guru Maharaj then called Mukunda Prabhu next day. So Guru Maharaj told Mukunda Prabhu that, you can you teach English, proper English to Rasananda? So Mukunda is Guru Maharaj, I can teach, because Mukunda was he was actually serving Guru Maharaj very closely in 1980s for many years. He was very close to Guru Maharaj, When no brahmacharis were around Guru Maharaj those days, So then Mukunda Prabhu started to teach me English, I mean, how I can improve my English and everything. But that then finished, Guru Maharaj then started to travel, and then I think Angad was traveling with Guru Maharaj. And then and then Angad, he was taking care of Guru Maharaj's tape ministry also in Ujjain, Veda Foundation. And then he left for America. He wanted to settle down in America. And then two devotees from UK, they are traveling, Atmaram Krishna and Ananda Krishna. Very qualified devotees. They are traveling with Guru Maharaj. And they were traveling with Guru Maharaj. So they had their personal, family business and, their job. They had, kind of house in Gurgaon, and then in Bangalore also, and of course in London. So very brilliant. So we actually, that time we organized program in Ujjain, 2014, I think, Ujjain retreat. So from the first year only, I got involved with them, Ananda Krishna Prem and Atmaram Krishna, who were secretary at that time. So then, then they liked my work, how I conducted that, helped them in everything. So I gradually, they, involve me other things like, Guru Maharaj's in initiation sheet, Guru Maharaj's kind of, other, online things, media things, activities. So then, I became little more closer to Guru Maharaj by 2015 beginning. And then, and then, yeah, and then end of the, by 2015, in the end, they became little more busy. So they hardly could spend time with Guru Maharaj, but still they were traveling with Guru Maharaj, mainly Atmaram that time, traveling with Guru Maharaj. But, then Guru Maharaj was looking for someone permanent, secretary and permanent, kind of, servant who can travel with him, because they are, staying outside, and whenever Guru Maharaj comes, they are, coming with joining Guru Maharaj. So then by that time, I became little closer. Then Guru Maharaj told, I want to make you my secretary. So I was actually basically, by that time, I was became quite busy with youth preaching, almost full time. So, but I was of course happy definitely, but at the same time, it was a big job. But still, I was little hesitating. Then Guru Maharaj, I was coming, I think, from guest house to Guru Maharaj's quarter. So I was in the lift. So Guru Maharaj says, I told you yesterday that I want to make you my secretary. Why don't you stay in my quarter? Because I didn't stay in Guru Maharaj's quarter. So Guru Maharaj, I said, Guru Maharaj, I will stay. Then night I will go to the ashram. I will stay, sleep in the ashram. No, you should stay here full time. So, and wherever I go out, wherever I go, you should accompany me. So that time, it started, and then I think some program was there that time, Jane. And then, we traveled to, Calcutta actually. Guru Maharaj first, I traveled with Guru Maharaj in Calcutta, and then from there we went to Assam, Silchar actually, yeah. And I forgot, maybe we went to Odisha also that time. But Calcutta and Assam, it was, I remember. So first one, but it was, because for me, like in temple, like devotees generally, some devotees, they have this type of tendency to serve Guru Maharaj menial service. Like whenever Guru Maharaj used to come to temple, they would put him shoe on his feet, like, after kirtan, before going to Bhagavatam class, after class, even in the room also. This to put. But I used to go for only technical computer related work, but I never did menial things. I mean, tendency was not there, it's because of, false pride. Sometimes we don't have that type of tendency. But those who are like not, it's so educated devotees, they have this natural tendency. But now when you are with Guru Maharaj, I went with Guru Maharaj, no one was there. So I have to take care of his prasadam, his, shoes, chappal and everything. But, for me, everything was new. Because, I saw many devotees are doing this, but I never did this personally. So it was very difficult for me, because when Guru Maharaj comes out, we have to put on his shoe, and then whenever he reaches somewhere, you have to take out his shoe, and it was difficult. But I find myself very fortunate, because I learned everything personally from Guru Maharaj. The first day I dared, we went to reach Kolkata, and I dared to take off his shoe. Taking off shoe is very easy. But while going for next program, putting shoe back to the feet is very difficult. And I was unable to do that. And Guru Maharaj was, because I was new, so he didn't chastise so badly, but he says, okay, do it this way. And he took his shoe, and he personally showed me how to put shoe on his feet. And now I am understanding, it was great mercy, and I was so foolish, that I should have learned from someone else, beforehand, and how to put on his shoe. And then, yeah. And then prasadam service. I saw before that, because I had to go to Guru Maharaj's quarter, that other devotees, Sitana Prabhu and other, they were serving prasadam. So, Indresh Prabhu, they were serving prasadam. But I just saw, I was sitting next to them, but I never served actually. But now I am alone with Guru Maharaj. I have to serve because no one is there, and we are staying in a hotel. And devotees brought prasadam, one devotee. So they are also new devotees where we are staying. I think it's in Assam. So I have to serve prasadam, and I don't know how to serve prasadam. So Guru Maharaj personally taught me, okay, this way you give little, rice, little sabji, and then second time you offer, and then if I require more, then you try, third time. So, and then actually one devotee was their Shilchar temple president, Gaur Nitai Prabhu, Nitai Gauranga Prabhu. He is Jagannath Puri temple president also, ISKCON Jagannath Puri temple president. So he told me, Maharaj, because Maharaj, why didn't you keep someone expert, or he can bring you plates, your spoon and everything, whatever you require for, prasadam. So Guru Maharaj, he's just, he's newly joined with me. So from next time, he will bring everything. So he understood that devotee because I was new. So yeah, so that's how, Guru Maharaj personally taught me then how to serve prasadam him, how to, put his shoe on his feet, and then, massage. Now massage is so difficult, I never gave massage to anyone in my life, never. I never took massage from anyone also, at that time. So then Guru Maharaj said, do you know how to give massage? I said, no, Guru Maharaj, I never give anyone massage, And that time actually one devotee was there. I think Kamala Pratibabu was there because from Mayapur, they were in Sankirtan party. A group of Sankirtan devotees, they went Assam to attend Guru Maharaj's program. It was a huge program in a field. I think they are celebrating like ISKCON some anniversary, big program in a cricket field, big program. And Subhak Swami Maharaj was there. I think Purushottam Maharaj was also there. Big program, so many television, news, media reporter, everyone came in the field, and whole auditorium was not auditorium, is what is called that, that field, and that balcony was filled with devotees, local devotees came. So yeah, so night actually Guru Maharaj told me, do you know how to give massage? And I said, no, Guru Maharaj, I don't know. I never give. Then he asked some Kirtan devotees in Mayapur. They were also not so expert. Then Guru Maharaj said, okay, you give. So I was giving. Then I understood. Guru Maharaj, he's not liking the massage because I never gave massage. So then he got up. He says, switch on the light. And then he took my hand. He said, okay, give massage this way. So he, with his both hands, he showed me how to give massage on his feet. So I was feeling, like very bad. I don't know how to give massage, but Guru Maharaj mercifully showed me how to give massage. So that's how I learned, how to give massage. So it's also wonderful, memorable that Guru Maharaj personally taught me everything, because I was not kind of and servant, more on secretariat work I was doing. Like in Ujjain and Mayapur, in the two sections, the secretariat devotees are there and servant like devotees are there. But when you go out of Ujjain and Mayapur, that same devotee have to do both the services, servant related services as well as the secretariat services. So anyway, so that's how it started, and I will share in upcoming classes so many memories are there. So and then yeah, and then like gradually I started to travel frequently, so many places, and then Mukunda Prabhu, he used to book Guru Maharaj's ticket and traveling, and Guru Maharaj's account he used to take care at that time. And then after traveling, like 2-3 times with Guru Maharaj, so Guru Maharaj was very happy because I was taking care of all the aspects. Like I became little bit acquainted with how to serve prasadam, how to take care of this. And by that time, Guru Maharaj started to give me dictation. So he would dictate, and I used to type, and I used to send him email. And that is another wonderful thing. I learned how to write email proper way. So Guru Maharaj, one day he called me because he said, okay, whatever I am dictating, because he generally gets up early in the morning, midnight, so he would dictate, and then he would still you type it, transcript it, and then send it to my email ID. So I would transcript it and send it to him email ID, and then one day he told me, okay, this should be the email format. Maybe I can display sometime. I have to check on my old mail. So this should be the proper format. And he was telling that in school life, in our childhood, how kind of in our syllabus, this 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 writing letter used to be one kind of exam. So what is the proper format? You should address to whom we are writing. And then Guru Maharaj told, for example, yeah, when you write to my disciples, then you write names, say, for example, dear Krishnadas, and please accept my blessing. Now, when you write to my God brothers and the senior devotees, then dear Krishnadas, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. And then next line should be all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So then I started. I remember even minute, a small thing, Guru was so so careful, about the small minute things. Like if you write dear, say Krishnadas, and then we write immediately, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. And he said, no, when you write name, say dear Krishnadas, after that there should be a space. One line is space, and then it should come. Please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. And that should come in one line. So it should be two lines. So for specific Guru Maharaj about small things, And yeah, and then and then it should come the main content of the mail, and there should be conclusion of the mail. So therefore, this is a conclusion, and then yours in the service of Srila Prabhupada for the disciples and for his god brothers and for senior devotees, your servant Bhakti Charu Swami. So even how to compile mail, Guru Maharaj had to teach me because I was not expert at that time. And many, even later on also, I remember, it was very specific about email and other things, like, I once, kind of, wrote wrong spelling of Bhakti Bringa Maharaj. He was addressing Bhakti Bringa Maharaj. So it was Bhakti Bringa Maharaj. The spelling will be Bhakti Bringa, BHRINGA, Bringa. But there is a small mistake I made. I read Bringa, BRINGA, and he kind of chastised me like anything. If you don't know proper spelling and English, why don't you learn from someone who is expert on that field? And 2 days he chastised me for one spelling, Bringa. I still remember. And then I was traveling, and then we came back to Ujjain, and then he told, he called Bimal Krishna Prabhu. He was at that time president in Ujjain, along with Bhakti Prem Maharaj. So Bimal Krishna Prabhu was very expert. He's from London. So he told Bimal Krishna, teach Rasananda, proper English, grammar and everything. So anyway, I'll share this time to time because for English and spelling and grammatical mistake, I had so many times, and I got chastisement from Guru Maharaj. And then later on, he told also. Even he also told, in the beginning, he was also not expert in everything. Of course, Guru Maharaj studied abroad, so his English was definitely much better. But he said, when you are not expert in certain field, you should learn from someone who is expert on that field. But don't intentionally, commit mistake, do mistake. If you don't know, you try to correct from someone who knows on that field. So from that time, major mails and other things, I started to take care of this is Istagoshti, email groups. So then major email and other things, before sending, every time I used to check with Bimal Krishna Prabhu. So Prabhu, is this right? The grammar is right, and English is right, composition is right, and he would correct, English and everything. And that was actually because of Bimal Krishna Prabhu, I learned actually a lot of English words and other things. Of course, Guru Maharaj said. So, and that is kind of composition related. And this way that, so earlier in the beginning, Guru Maharaj used to give dictation. Okay, then I used to transcribe by hearing. Guru Maharaj would carry one recorder, very nice recorder. So that recorder, basically you can pause and you can listen, and again you can pause. So I used to listen from that, recorder, and you would type. But from my student life, I was fond of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, so I could type very fast. And Guru Maharaj, wow, one day he came to my room, and this is, I mean, his, beside his room, you were typing so fast. And then I started to type some Bengali also, because I used to type Bengali earlier also, so he used to sometimes give me Bengali writing solution. And then later on, later on, later on that dictation almost stopped. Then because Guru Maharaj was basically, I could understand what Guru Maharaj was telling. So whatever Guru Maharaj was telling, beginning and end, and I could understand what he's going to write to individual, reply. So then he started to tell me directly, okay, bring your computer, and then I will tell, and you have to type immediately. So Guru Maharaj would tell, he will keep on writing, okay, dear this, please accept my blessings, always, and he used to keep on going very quickly, and I have to type very fast. And I heard at that time, previously there are a few secretaries, Mataji, Mataji secretaries in Mayapur, Radha Sundari and others. I mean, they used to mainly take care of, correspondence and other things. And they were very expert. And Guru Maharaj would tell, like, before the line was completed from Guru Maharaj's mouth, they would complete the line, typing in their computer. So I used to think I am very expert in typing, but when I heard from my food devotees, then I realized actually, compared to them, I am nothing actually. So yeah, so basically, then I started to type. Then dictation stopped almost. Then he would give me basically, directly he would tell me, then I would type, computer. And sometimes I would miss also, and but because sometimes out of fear, I could not tell Guru Maharaj actually that I missed it, But next time he used to say, when you miss some line, why didn't you tell? So from next time, what I tried to type, as much speed as possible. But sometimes because Guru Maharaj was speaking in a flow, so I would miss some line, So then what I did, I thought, this is not good actually if I miss one line from Guru Maharaj. So then I used to record also at the same time type also in a recorder. I think in mobile phone, that time in a mobile phone recorder became quite common. So I started to keep mobile phone, and I would kind of listen from him, and I would type whatever transcription dictation he was giving. And I would record also to double check so that I could not miss any line. So because I was not so expert, that time grammatically and Guru Maharaj standard English, so it would take me, like midnight almost, even after Guru Maharaj, goes to bed, I used to dictate, I used to transcribe, all these letters till midnight, because I used to make sure that, the line is perfect, grammar is perfect, and I would double check with some other devotees also, the grammar is perfect or not. Otherwise, Guru Maharaj will chastise. But that helped me, to improve that, writing skills. So, and then, and then slowly, this technology also improved, and I started to kind of, transcribe, while Guru was traveling in the plane and many places, even in the mobile phone also. That time, mobile phone note became quite popular. They started to, transcribe there also, and uh, and then one day actually Guru Maharaj told, because that time technology was there, but still, people are maintaining diary and, notebook. Guru Maharaj, I actually missed something, Um, Guru Maharaj told me something to remind him in the evening. He was going to meet uh, someone in Mumbai, actually. We went to Mumbai. So he told me to remind me. Then I actually forgot. It was a hectic day and long travel. So I forgot actually. And then Guru Maharaj said, evening, what is the use, of keeping a secretary if you can't remind me? If you can't remember what is your task? And Guru Maharaj became upset. He said, I told you to keep, diary and one small notebook and pen with you all the time. Because, I was thinking, I can manage everything through, laptop and mobile phone by that time. So then from next day, I started to keep, a small notebook. I mean, a small, a small like a notebook and then pen. And whenever Guru used to tell me, I would write immediately. But then at the same time, when Guru was giving dictation, I started to type on mobile phone rather than laptop. Mobile phone was handy. Type on mobile phone notes. So then, Guru said, it looks like you are more friendly in typing in mobile phone notes. So, okay, you don't have to keep a notebook and pen if you can maintain your note on mobile phone. So yeah, so then most of the time I was typing through mobile phone and of course sometime laptop also. So that's how basically correspondence and this secretariat work started. And whenever we are out of Ujjain and Mayapur, and that time I had to take care of servants job also, like Prasadam, Guru Maharaj's beds, Guru Maharaj's cloths and everything. So yeah, so we'll share that in upcoming classes. Today I will stop here. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Guru ki
Jai.
Maharaj ki Gaur Kamande.
Hari Bol.